It's the 28th Sunday in Ordinary Time this weekend, and again the Gospel is from Matthew, and once more Jesus spoke to the elders and chief priests in parables. He said, "The kingdom of heaven is like a king who gave a wedding banquet for his son. So he sent his slaves to call those who had been invited, but they wouldn't come. So he sent more slaves, saying to them, tell those who have been invited that my dinner is ready. The oxen and fatted calves have been slaughtered, and everything is ready. Come to the banquet." But they made light of it and went away, one to his business, one to his farm, while the other seized the slave and beat them and killed him. The king was enraged, and he sent his slaves to destroy those murderers and burned their city. And he said to his slaves, "Those who have been invited have proved not to be worthy. Go out into the streets and invite everyone that you find." So the slaves went out and they gathered everyone they could find, the good and the bad. The wedding hall was filled with guests. When the king came and went in, he saw one of the guests was not wearing a wedding garment. And he said to him, "Friend, how did you manage to get in without a wedding garment?" And the man was speechless. So the king said to his attendants, "Bind him hand and feet and throw him into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called and few are chosen." The only thing I wanted to share with this reading, the thing that's been going around in my mind, is this idea that there's an invitation here, and I think every day there's an invitation to enter into the kingdom of heaven. I mean, on the one hand, it might be as simple as someone may be abusive towards us, and we can reply in kind, or we can hold back and come out of a place that's given to us by God's Spirit. Again and again there's this alternative response we can make to this invitation always there from God to live in the Spirit, to act out of the Spirit, and to know that even though we don't very often, or if not very often, we at times don't, the invitation still remains. But there is also a definitive thing about this, that if we if we live out of that response that is self-preoccupied with our own affairs, our own interests, and not the one that comes from the other, then there's only death there, and our cities are destroyed, our cities collapse. And then there's also that sense that many are called, in fact we could say all are called, but few are chosen, again reminding us of that this way of the Spirit, this way into responding to God's invitation, is often just ignored, often just many many parts of us and many people just ignore it.